When natural gas is burned for, say, cooking, what is really being burned is almost pure methane. This is the simplest and lightest hydrocarbon. Its molecular structure is one carbon atom surrounded by 4 hydrogen atoms. This highly purified form of natural gas is not what comes out of the ground. Raw natural gas often contains water and impurities. It may also contain other slightly heavier and more complex hydrocarbons. All of these must be removed from the natural gas before it can be used for industrial, commercial, or residential purposes. Otherwise, the other stuff in the raw natural gas will accelerate corrosion of pipelines, damage equipment designed to run on methane, and even be released into the air as toxins when the raw gas is burned. The first step in purifying natural gas is done shortly after it's pumped out of the well. Liquids are removed from the raw gas, with the major ones being water and condensate. Condensate consists of hydrocarbon molecules with 5 or more carbon atoms, and so these are heavier than methane. These heavier hydrocarbons exist as a gas in the interior of the hot, buried reservoir, but precipitate out of the raw gas mixture when exposed to the cool temperatures at the Earth's surface. While the water removed from the raw gas may undergo additional cleaning before being disposed of, the condensate is shipped to an oil refinery for further processing into petroleum products. After liquid removal, the raw gas is piped to a natural gas processing plant. These are not as complex or large as an oil refinery, but they still carry out a sophisticated set of processes. The first treatment at the plant is to remove any sulfuric acid embedded in the gas. This acid is broken down into elemental sulfur and an off-gas that is rich in hydrogen and may be sold or burned at the plant for energy. The acid-free gas is then run through plant units that remove water, vapor, mercury, and nitrogen. At this point, the processing will be complete if the original raw gas is what is known as dry gas. Dry gas is a raw gas whose hydrocarbon content is 85% or more methane. The processed dry gas can be put directly into pipelines for sale to customers. However, if the original raw gas is what is known as wet gas, then it contains a significant amount of natural gas liquids. Natural gas liquids are the next lightest hydrocarbons after methane. They range from ethane, which has 2 carbon atoms, all the way up to propane, which has 5. The natural gas liquids are separated out of the methane and then processed into their own pure streams and sold on to oil refineries or directly to industry. And because it's now pure enough for sale, the processed wet gas can also be sent on from the plant and sold.